Good morning, friends. Happy Sunday. I made it down to the beach. Here I am. I got some crows going wild in the background. Today's video is going to be about the emotional stress of relocating. So if you're interested, keep watching. Hey friends, so today I want to talk about the emotional stress of relocating and not having any friends or any family around you. That is huge. Please consider this when you are relocating. If you are like myself and my husband, our kids are grown, we were empty nesters already, we didn't have young ones in the house, they were all gone for a year before we decided to relocate. So with that said, it's a struggle. It is so emotionally challenging that at times I was seriously thinking about throwing in the towel. Like, I can't do this. I cannot be away from the kids like this. We don't have any family here. We don't have any friends here. It's hard on your emotional state because without friends and without family, you have no one to communicate with, right? And all we were doing was going to work, coming home. The only people we spoke to was the people at our jobs. That's it. And each other. And you know, as much as you love each other, we need other people in our lives, right? To be able to communicate with and to hash our problems out, talk about things. So it was hard. Thank goodness for FaceTime, because I can FaceTime the kids back home anytime I want to. But if you are a mother, if you move away from your children, it is so difficult. When you are so used to being a parent and so used to having them there and so used to just being able to be around them constantly, picking up the phone and calling and saying, hey, come visit me, come over, let's talk, let's hang out, seeing my granddaughters. It's difficult when the emotional stress that you're going to go through will be tremendous. If you're a mother or a father, if you have those strong attachments to your children, if that's all your life has been about for the last 30 years, like, you're going to struggle emotionally. You will struggle. So the biggest issue that I had with moving down here and moving away was being away from the kids. Now, it's something that I've had to learn to deal with, only because, remember, I said that they're grown. They all live their own lives. They moved out of the house and nobody was even in the house anymore. So I kind of went through empty nesting back home for a year, and then I said, okay, they're gone. Everything's okay. Everybody's set up. Now I can go. And I thought I would be okay with that. And let me tell you, in the first year, I probably wanted to go home like every month. It was difficult. It was so hard. But I must say that the ability to, FaceTime and talk over the phone and take a flight out whenever you need to helps tremendously. Like, you just have to set yourself up to know, like, parents and children live in different states all the time. It's just not something that I had experienced yet in my life, and it was hard. It's still hard to this day when I wake up and I want to go get my nails done with the girls, or I want my daughter to do my nails because she's a nail tech back home, and we would do Sundays, and she would do my nails for me. But that's how we would spend time. We'd call each other up and say, let's go to breakfast, or let's meet at this Mexican restaurant, or whatever. And when you relocate, you lose the ability to do that. So when you relocate, you lose the ability to do all of those things that were so convenient before, and meeting up with the kid, and going to all the functions that your kids want you to go to. So that's something to think about. The emotional stress that you will face is real. Let me tell you, we still struggle with it. It's 14 months later and we still struggle with it. Okay, it's the stress of just not having them around or not being able to talk to them. And it's not just the children either. It's family in general, that we can't just call people up and say, hey, meet us for breakfast, or meet us for lunch, or hey, we're coming over, let's do a movie night, or hey, let's go to the fair, or hey, let's do this. You lose that ability. And maybe because you're there and with them, you don't think about that so much. You don't think about, what if I ever lose this? But once you move away and you realize that you have lost it, it is a shock, let me tell you. And it takes adjusting, and you will adjust. You do get more used to not having them directly there. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about relocating. Keep in mind the emotional stress that you're going to go through because of the separation between you and your family. It will affect you. I don't care who you are. It's going to affect you. That if you're going to relocate, please think it over and keep in mind that the emotional stress of the separation of yourself from your family and your community that you've lived in for so long will take a toll on you. And it's just something that you're going to have to deal with and cope with, and you're going to adjust, but it's going to take time. So it's 14 months later and we're still adjusting. As much as we try to get out, we're trying to make friends, but with husband's schedule, he works so much, it's even hard sometimes to even get out. It's difficult. So not only have we separated ourselves from our family and community, we have now, unfortunately, we have separated ourselves from each other in a sense, because we don't get to see each other as much. Because we're down here, because we moved down here and we want to live this Florida lifestyle, that is one of the consequences. We have to work hard to have this type of lifestyle. It's not cheap to live down here, but that's a whole nother video. So just know, guys, if you take anything away from this video today, please take away the fact that if you are considering relocation and you are relocating just because, kind of like we did, because it was cold in Wisconsin and we just wanted a change, and you're not relocating for employment or any other reasons like that, if you don't have any family where you're going, if you don't have any friends where you're going, if you don't have a way to socialize, if you don't have a church, or you don't have some sort of extracurricular activities that you can be involved in, which that's still a work in progress. We are trying to get out in the community, and we are trying to be involved and trying to find a place where we fit in. It's just difficult. So please just know and keep that in mind. You might not think initially that being separated from all of those things, family, community, career, and you might not think being separated from all those things is going to matter, but at the end of the day, it matters, and it matters the most. So if you're thinking about relocating, think about it. Think about the emotional stress that you're going to go through, and just know that it's real. The separation and the anxiety is real, okay? Unless you are not human, you're going to feel it. So keep that in mind, guys, if you're considering relocating. The emotional stress is real. So beautiful out here. Like, I need to get my walk going though, because I've been sitting here a few minutes. Any question, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below, and have a great day.